Yo, good morning. Um, I just always like weirdly different videos, I guess. I don't know. Um, Today, I guess we'll just talk about what it's like living life with pretty severe mental health problems. I'm trying to live by yourself, no assistance programs, no outside help, no nothing like that. Um, just like what life is like, I guess. And we'll mostly just I'm 31, I guess. Mostly just focus on like the last 7 years or so. Like since I've been on my own since my great grandfather passed away. I lived with him until I was like 25 and kind of helped take care of him because I gave him double pneumonia at some point, and he got really sick for a couple of years. So I was already living with him. That was essentially my father. When I lost my mother, I moved in with my great grandparents, who had already been kind of living with off and on because my mother was bipolar and extremely unstable. Um, she used to just like really toxic bad men, and she would rip her hair out, and it's just bad. Seen crazy things when I was a kid. Like seen her stab her boyfriend in the back and stuff. So just lots of just dark things. Um, but as far as trying to live life by yourself with just a myriad, of mental health problems and no outside help, I guess. Just to make the short of it, I guess it is extremely difficult. Nobody really wants to help. If someone does want to help, which is rare in itself, or if there's a program set out there to help someone, it it's usually it's usually either difficult to get in on a program because it's like, well, you're not a woman, or you don't have kids, or you don't have this or that, so like I'm sorry, but die in the street type thing. So that sucks. Constantly having people screw with you, Imagine if you hated yourself and you felt ashamed and unhappy and depressed all the time, and then you had to go and live in a Walmart parking lot and have people like screw with you for years on end. Um, Off and on. You could imagine what that's like. So like for me, every single day I have to like kind of coax myself into leaving the house because that's number one. I don't like going outside. I don't like looking at people. I don't want to be around people. Um, it- People are just annoying, inconsiderate. Just a million things, right? Like there's no understanding there. There's no like there's no empathy in the world. It's just it's cold. You know what I mean? And then not to say like I used to be different, right? The things that I've done, the places that I've been, just the stuff that I've had to do, uh, it has made me a lot colder than I probably was to begin with. Um, it's my family members stealing from me, my friends stealing from me, like close friends, like best friends. One of them had been stealing from me for years, but then like he's stealing from me when I'm like destitute, living on his couch, driving an hour each way to take his kid to school. Yeah, just friends that just take advantage of you. Like it's another reason I don't like friends or want friends because nobody values it in the same way, right? Like if I'm your friend, if I say I'm your friend, I don't give my number out to people, right? Like anymore. But let's say that we're friends, and you call me at 4 o'clock in the morning because something happened. I'll probably come get you. I'll probably come, get you, help you out, do whatever, because that's what being a friend is, right? But then it's like nobody ever wants to return the favor, or like if you loan someone money, they'll never pay you back, or just different things. Um, I have really severe anger issues, like really bad. Like to get into an argument with me is to potentially have one of us go to jail and one of us to the morgue. You know what I mean? To to be done, right? to like continue to poke at me, push at me, you would get a gorilla. You would get someone who, does their best to keep calm and relax. But if you continued to push me, you would get wide blackout. I wouldn't even be there. It would just be whoever is operating the machine at that point. But I haven't blacked out in such a like 15 years or something. It's been so long since I've blacked out. I think it's even longer than that, but yeah. So like I have really severe anger issues, and I don't know. Imagine if someone parked in your spot and then like you had to like try and like not think about it or focus on it because like you know I don't know. It would drive you up a wall, or you just make yourself more upset about a situation that's not important. You just hype yourself up, and then by the time something happens, or like you run into somebody, now you're at a 10. Like, you know what I mean? You were at a 2 because it's like, well, yeah, but then like you spend an hour hyping yourself up because you couldn't shut the fuck up about it, and now you're at a 10. So I don't know. I just try and avoid people. I try and avoid conflict. I don't like talking to people. Um, I'm not very good at speaking anymore. Uh, I guess I was never very good at speaking. Well, I think I used to be good at speaking, I guess. But then my teenage years, I spent like a really long period of time where I just didn't talk to anyone. So my language skills just kind of sucked. Um, Having no education, like not finishing high school, like I know I'm supposed to be focusing on like how things were now, but I also have to like preface things. I have like at best a sixth grade education, and I was already in special needs classes. It was because I didn't go to school a lot when I was younger. Like my mom was, if she didn't want to take me to school, I didn't go to school. And if I didn't want to go to school, she also wouldn't take me to school. So I didn't go to school a lot when I was younger. I just didn't. And then my mom passed away. I think I was in like third grade, maybe second, third grade. Can't remember. Um, yeah, when she passed away, school like at that point I started going to school again with my grandparents and stuff. But school was so like irrelevant to me. And then by the time I hit like middle school, it was just like hanging out with my friends, and had no interest in school. And then just a bunch of BS happened, and I ended up having to go to a school for gang members for like a year. So I got zero education there whatsoever. Yeah, so my education is basically zero. When I hit high school, like I spent pretty much all middle school in the gang school, like in the weird special needs type people schools. Um, and it was all because I punched a hole in a wall over somebody accusing me of stealing something I didn't steal. Yeah, so um, I just I can't not react, right? Like if someone's in my face just like berating me or badgering me, like at a certain point you're just gonna get that. You're gonna get the guy. You're gonna get him, and he don't give a, you know what I mean? Because he ain't thinking about what's next. He's thinking about shut the fuck up. Yeah. So it's difficult, man. Um, I'm also like I guess I maybe should have started this or prefaced the video with this. I'm sober. I'm gonna call it that. I guess. Um, I have like my medical cards. I smoke constantly, like continually, like a more than most anyone you would know. Um, mostly just to keep like I say it's just to keep the nightmares away, but it's also because it makes me feel a little bit better and helps me to relax and stuff. Um, but it does keep the nightmares away. When I go to sleep, all I do is, well, I hate myself. Um, I feel shamed at my life. I hate what I've done with it. I hate everything, right? I hate my failures. It's one of my biggest fears is failure. Imagine if all your main fears in life were all like um, not real, right? If they were all like, I'm afraid of failure. I am afraid of this and that and blah blah blah. And it's just like, um, you afraid of falling off the building? I don't really like heights, man. But like, I just try not to think about it. Like every day at work, I risk dying. Like I slip on water 2 or 3 times a day, and I'm gonna hit my head on a concrete floor when I slip. Like, and I just trying to think about it. I trying to focus on the fact that I might get my hand crushed or something. You know what I mean? Just like trying to think about it. Focus on. Don't think it. Just don't think about it. I'm not thinking about it mostly. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, like I say, like the nightmares are really bad. I'll go to sleep and I'll go to places I've never been before, see people I've never seen before, and they'll be my best friend. Uh, it'll be something, or it'll just be a bad situation, or I'll get killed, or just something horrible. Like basically, just imagine instead of just torturing yourself all day while you're awake, you're now torturing yourself all night while you're asleep, and you have like unlimited power. Um, because I can't like control my dreams. Like there's been a few times when I've been like, "Oh, dude, this is a dream. All right, we're on the street bike, you know." But most of the time, it's like, "No, Grandpa, please, please don't leave," or just something that makes me feel fucking horrible, and then I wake up. You know, it's not real bad, but I have had one in the last like 6 months where I like woke up and I just started crying because I didn't know where I was. So that kind of sucked. Um, yeah, it's just hard, man. It's very difficult to do everything on your own when you don't want to do anything. Imagine if you didn't want to get out of bed. Imagine if your teeth were so fucked up that you didn't want to eat. Imagine if, all these things. But if you stopped, if you gave up, if you just, you'd be dead. You just be dead in an alley. Nobody cares. Like I say, this guy at work's shirt, I like it. Nobody cares. Work harder. You're hungry. You should have worked harder today. You're cold because you're outside. You should have worked harder today. My back hurts every day. My neck hurts every day. I have nerve pain. I have a lot of things. Imagine sleeping in a car for almost 3 years, and not in a van. Sleeping in your four-door Toyota, Camry. Go hop in that. Sleep in the driver's seat because you're so scared of tow trucks towing you away that you want to be able to take off in the sleeping bag if need be. Like, it's bad. You know. Like I said it before, but imagine contacting multiple organizations and them all telling you like, "Oh, sorry, applications are closed," or um, "Try again next year," or "Oh, that's too bad," or you know, yeah. It's just been a rough go. It became very clear early on that if I couldn't, you know, make it work or build the road, nobody would. Um, I've tried several times to drive myself down to zero. Like I've started over. So like I'm in an apartment now. We're big chilling, beef computer. We dress nice, you know what I mean? We got food. We're stocked up. Everything's cool. Um, but this has happened before. Just I'll give up on everything. I'll stop. I'll just stop. I'll stop going out. I'll only go to the store. I'll wait till I run myself out of money. I'll try and back myself into a corner. And I'll hope that I have the strength to do something that I never have the strength to do. The same thing that I spend just about every single day waking up trying to convince myself to do. Because again, I hate the shameful shit existence I've made for myself, right? Like, your boy ain't living in a nice house or a nice apartment. I'm living in the grossest shithole I've ever lived in outside of crack house hoe apartments where at 3 a.m. every morning all the hoes and the drug dealers would come out and whip their crack, you know what I mean, and do their thing. But they were all very, like nice and like hospitable, you know what I mean? Because they understand, like, in one section you got like illegal construction workers like trying to sleep through their thing. In another section you got like, people screwing up. It's just and that place had cockroaches like crawling on the walls that I was having to kill at all times. And this apartment is like pretty much a side grade to that. It's actually not nicer than that. It's yeah. So again, it's like I hate where I've put myself. I hate that this is the best that I can do. I hate the trajectory of my life. I I just want it all to stop. I want to know if there's anything else. Or I don't. there's not anything else. There's not anything else. I've almost died a few times. Yeah, I almost drowned once. See my life flash before my eyes when I was a kid. A couple of different things. It's all just a dream state, man. It's whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you think it'll be, right? Because it's just a DMT trip. But I don't know, man. It's very hard every day to wake up and like you don't want to eat, so you don't want to eat. But if you don't eat, then you'll get sick at work, and if you don't go to work, then you won't be able to afford food, and you'll have to be living out on the street again. It's just so many things, dude. It's like every single day, I have to get up and lie to myself and tell myself like, hey, like, bro, you only need like 30K for this house. You only need, you know what I mean? You only need this and that. Like, don't worry. You just like you keep working towards it. You just keep pushing, and eventually you get there. You know. I try. You know what I mean? It's like and I hate to feel like I'm telling myself a lie. That like, yeah, you're gonna have it. You're gonna do this and that. And it's like, I see the money. I see that it's possible. But I just don't think that I'm gonna be able to keep it together for that long, or that I'll be able to find what I want, or I've never been happy. I'm never happy with anything. Every time I get something, I'm like, what's next? And I say that, but in a sense of like, I just want the baseline, bro. I don't know. I always talk about the house. I always bring it back to the house because that's the only thing that actually means anything to me. It's the only way I think I can be free. It's the only way I feel like maybe I won't feel like everything will fall apart tomorrow and I won't have anywhere to go. I don't know. It's been hard, man. It's like I got pretty severe PTSD and stuff, and as the years go on, more and more, I hide it less and less. Like I just won't. You know, I'm not gonna put on the fake face. Uh, I don't know. It was such a weird road, man. Being homeless is probably the weirdest road because it's like every once in a while you would get someone who would want to help, and it would just be like, "Oh, can I buy your lunch for you or something?" And it's like, "No, I can afford my own lunch, thank you." It's just things like that. Like I don't know, man. I don't know why I have this self-importance. Like I feel like I'm more than something than I don't know. If you have to think that you're that guy, you're the one, right? That you're destined for greatness. That it's all just around the corner. Because I feel like if you don't live like that, if you don't feel that, like, what are we doing, dude? Like, we're nothing but being like slaves grinding until somebody takes our fucking place. It feels horrible, man. I hate it. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life and everything in general. Um, I really just want to get off this so I can start like smoking and trying to relax again. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I'm gonna just continue on, I guess. Continue trying to wake up and go work at a job that I hate. Spend every day trying to convince myself to see if there's anything more to this than this shit. I don't know. I took mushrooms. I've taken mushrooms a couple times. I took them earlier this year and Jesus, I had never felt more like I had broken free of the Matrix. Minutes would take what felt like hours. I was trapped for so long. Like, I was just losing my mind. It was the closest I've ever been to a uh, like a mental health break, not like a rage episode. Like, when I go off, it's it. Like, it's pretty much it. So ain't really no like put that monkey back in the box. It's like, no, that monkey needs to leave because that monkey's like he's on one. Yeah, it's mostly just been determination and hard work. Like, again, it's I'm dressed nicely. You got this mic stand. I'm sitting in the chair. I got you know because of these, and because my willingness to put myself in unsafe conditions for survival. Yeah, every day is a battle. Every single day is a battle, and it doesn't get won until I make it home from work. Yeah. Because again, I spend every single day trying to convince myself not to go to work. Like, the other thing too is that my trajectory, right? Like, where I'm going and when I'm gonna get there, if I ever get there, is so fucking skewed, and it's gonna take so fucking long that it just seems like I'm wasting my time, and I should just stop all the shit I'm doing and start over with something totally different, because it just feels like it's gonna take too long to get there, or I'm never gonna get what I actually want. Like, I just don't know. Like I said, I spend all my time lying to myself and trying to tell myself that it's gonna be cool and that it's gonna get better. But the reality of the situation is, I hate myself. I hate how I look. I hate how I feel. I hate everything that I've done. And I just try every single day to not feel like shit. To feel something. I scroll endlessly through YouTube, can barely ever find anything. If I find anything, my memory's so bad that I'm terrified I'm gonna get early onset Alzheimer's. I can barely remember what I do sometimes. It's a scary thing. I don't know what to do with myself. I can't seem to educate myself or focus on anything whatsoever. I've almost no attention span. Can't even count to 30 without getting lost several times on the way there and having to restart because I can't remember what number I left off on. It sucks simultaneously feeling like you're the most worthless human being you've ever met, and also feeling like you're doing better than the average person, which makes no fucking sense. I don't know. I want to be free. I will continue to fight and try to be free. One day, maybe I will be free. And I always say free. You wake up in your house, on your land that you own. It's 2 p.m. You don't got nowhere to be. You take the dog outside. Feed the old girl. Come back in. Turn on some music. Maybe watch the birds. You ain't got nowhere to be, man. You own everything that's yours. You know what I mean? You ain't borrowing nothing from nobody. You ain't loaning nothing from nobody. It's yours. You own it. And you ain't got to be nowhere. Nobody's like, bruh, Bill's 6 minutes late, man. His ass is getting a point. Like, nah. Like, Bill ain't got to be nowhere. Bill sleeps in. Bill, you know, does phone service calls or some shit 3 days a week or something. Like, I don't know or care, right? But I want to be somewhere that nobody else is at, by myself. I don't know. And I'm packed into a fucking apartment like a sardine, dude. I've never felt free, not even for a second, living in one of these fucking apartments. Having to be quiet, even now. Like, I don't want to bother anyone because my fucking window's open in the other room. Like, I hate it. You know what I mean? Feeling like you have nothing and no one and nowhere to be. One day I'll seek help if I ever hit that opportunity. But I don't see having the money to seek help in my budget anywhere close, anywhere time soon, anywhere in the future. So I probably won't be able to get help. Um, it's kind of bad too. In a lot of ways, I know that if I work hard now and I get what I need and I get my house and I do what I need to do, I am extremely sick. And all I would need to do is talk to someone and, you know, get it set up to where, I don't know. I don't think that I would have to work. Like, I'm almost positive I'll be able to file for disability. If not for my back, then for my mental health issues. I probably won't be working within 10 years, but I'd like to have the house first. I'd like to be happy. I'd like to feel something. And then after that, I don't know what I'll do. But I know that if I don't keep pushing and if I don't work towards getting those things, then I might as well go outside in the fucking road right now and stand in front of a semi truck. So I will continue on. I will continue to fight. Um, I was having trouble on Tarkov yesterday. I just kept dying trying to do quests and stuff. So I didn't really want to hop on Tarkov this morning and try and force, like a gameplay or force, like, all right, this is what I did, yesterday at work. So I just thought I'd do this. And then after that, I'm going to do the Fanatec e-brake review. So I can have that just basically trashed and forgotten about. Yeah. I'd love to sit here and tell you, I'm doing great. I feel great. I'm doing okay. There's no problem. But the reality is exactly what I said it is. Every single day is a battle. I never know whether I'll make it through or not. But I'm still trying. If trying amounted to anything, I'd be driving a Porsche. Yeah, like your boy would be in like a sick Porsche. See ya.